To my second ever stream. I am the Kiwi Mum NZ. Tonight will just be an impromptu, bit more of an introduction, and yeah, just a little bit more about me, a little bit about my passions. We're in my kitchen at the moment, so we're going to get to see a little bit of my caking stuff. A few rules for watching, I guess, and chatting is please be kind to each other, please be kind to me. There's enough negativity in this world, I don't need it anymore, and I don't need it on my channel. I have got an R18 setting because I do swear, I can swear. There may be times when I really want to swear, and so I will. So I just wanted to make sure the settings were set so I didn't get in trouble. Yeah, just basically be nice, be kind, and enjoy. A little bit more about me. I am the eldest of 3 girls. Sister number 1, she is both parents, and sister number 2, she is father. Both are very awesome women in their own ways. One has 2 beautiful daughters, my nieces. The other one has a beautiful dog, who is my, canine niece, living their lives. Love them to pieces. Best sisters a girl could ask for, and always willing to lend a supporting hand when they need, but also, living lives as adults do, going through their things, and just as I am. I've got their outlets and I've got mine. I don't have a mum, and I haven't had a mum since just before my 19th birthday. I was planning to fly from university down to my hometown for my birthday, hitting that next decade, and sadly my mum passed away 9 days beforehand. She'd had a fall, and she ended up breaking her hip, I think, or fracturing her hip, and she had to have surgery. And she didn't really come out of that. She passed away, pulmonary embolism, lots of other things wrong. So she was only 43, nearly 44. So I don't have mum. My dad is living on the west coast of New Zealand. One of the most lovely places to live if you can put up with the rain. It is really beautiful. It's really green. Yeah. I've got a wonderful step family. Dad hasn't been with my stepmum for a very long time now, but I still consider all of their family my family. So from that I've got 2 brothers and a sister, and various nieces and nephews, and brothers and sisters-in-law. Not very good at keeping in touch, and that's been on me and all of the things that I've had going on with my life, and I sort of tend to get in my little bubble and just live. Not always the best, but hey. So that is my little introduction there about my family. I've said I've got 2 kids. They are coming up 4 and 6. I have to actually do a birthday party invite for them for 2 weeks' time. I'm cutting it fine. So, yeah. So I'm just checking my notes. And I was going to go somewhere else too. I'm trying to be a multitasking woman here. So, I've got 1 viewer. I'm surprised to have had 30 views on my last video, and I've accrued 5 followers, 4 of whom I know personally, and 1 who I don't, but it's awesome to follow me, so that's really great. And, oh look, thank you Flash Gaming. I'm still getting the hang of shout-outs, so I don't know if Sarge is around, but I've just been followed by Flash, so that's great. Right, shouldn't be multitasking, shouldn't be trying to do too many things at once, because that's going to get me in trouble. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to do today was talk about my passions, the things that I really, really love. One of them being cake making. And I have linked my YouTube and my Facebook pages to my channel, so you should be able to see them on my Twitch profile. So I've got quite a few videos there. Pretty much every cake I've ever made is in my Facebook page. I started off watching cake programs years ago, and a friend of mine in Christchurch, who I flattered with a couple of times, he got me to make him a birthday cake one year, and he had a specific recipe he wanted to use. It was a fancy chocolate cake and had chocolate ganache, and so I made him that, and then quite enjoyed it. It was like, oh, well, ganache isn't as hard as I thought. Okay, right. So I then moved on to making my boyfriend at the time a cake, just with M&Ms on top of it and decorating, but the same ganache and same chocolate cake recipe, and yeah. Fast forward to ex-husband now, and his birthday, when I first met him, I made him a minion. I had no idea really what a minion was. I kind of googled it, but I don't think minions have noses, and I'm sure I put a nose on it anyway. It was close enough, and he stabbed it, blew out the candle, stabbed it in the face. He'd been sitting there wanting to do that, so it was funny. And from there, I started making him birthday cakes every year. And a friend of his had a breakup, and so I made him a cake, an Elmo cake. And my sister had said, oh, I really like that. You could make one for your niece for her birthday. I was like, okay, yep. And so then somehow it ended up getting asked to make Cookie Monster for my cousin's daughter as well. They were having a joint birthday party, so we had Elmo and we had Cookie Monster. I also made my boss at the time, where I was working, a cake as well, just because that's how I am. I thought, oh yeah, I'll take you a cake. So I got into that, and then I made various cakes for my ex-husband every year for his birthday. Quite enjoyed that. Hi Shelby, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Where did I get to? I'm really easily distracted too. So I made my Nana's 90th birthday cake after I'd had my daughter. Oh, and I made her first birthday cake too. I made an owl for her first birthday cake, and that was, I just about tore my hair out. I was in tears. I made my own fondant. Never make your own fondant. Buy pre-made, pre-coloured, because, yeah, like, oh, cool, Flash. I'd love to be able to see her cakes. Mine's just a hobby for friends and family. Yeah, after my daughter's birthday cake, I had made some practice cakes and wanted to make Nana's 90th birthday cake. So I had looked at some techniques, and I did a checkerboard cake, which was yellow and white vanilla cake, and it was layered with lemon American buttercream, which is butter and icing sugar, not my favourite, and lemon curd in the middle. And I did basket weave on the outside and yellow roses, because her party was gin. It was a pink gin party or something like that for her 90th. So the elephants that you may be able to hear in the background are my kittens. It's the witching hour, and they are absolutely running around being crazy. It'll be second dinner soon, and then they'll fall asleep and they won't making so much noise. Oh shit, my stool just broke. After Nana's 90th cake, I ran into a friend, and she asked me to make her son's cake, and that was Crash Bandicoot. And I didn't really want to make Crash. How do I make Crash? But we ended up making the TNT box and a cargo crate and the Oogie Boogie mask, I think it's called. And that was a hit. So that was one of the first cakes that I made for a friend, and everything just sort of took off from there. If you do check out my Facebook page, there's so many on there. I don't even know how many I've made, but I started in, so we say 2018 with my daughter's cake, and then it would have been 2020, 2019 for Nana's cake, and then yeah, I make my kids cakes. My kids don't get as fancy a cakes as I make for friends and family. So, what have I made? I've made a chicken for my cousin. I've made a giraffe for another cousin. I've made, I just recently made a BMW for my cousin's son, and totally forgot the headlights. I was looking at the details and was not going through a good stage at that point. A few emotional issues going on. Forgot the details. But at least I can admit it. I screwed up. I've made a dachshund. I've made a cat, Persian cat, I think they are, the smushy face ones. I have made the sorting hat. I've made a dragon. All sorts of fun things. Oh, I have made male and female genitalia. Yes, someone's bound to ask that, so I have done that. One was for a hen's night, and the other was for just a friend's husband's 40th birthday, and she just thought it would be a laugh to get him 2 cakes, one for his heritage and one yeah, let's just say the reaction I got sent when he saw the cake, I'll never forget, was quite brilliant, and not what I expected from him at all. So that was quite good. It's always nice to get a video of a cake when it's being seen for the first time, or seeing a photo, and when it's been cut into too. And so the two R18 cakes, they had M&Ms in the middle, so you cut them open, M&Ms came out. So just a little bit of fun. Both of them can be found on my Facebook page. Yeah, so one is hidden in a post in the comments, and the other one, I think I just took bit part photos, so you can't tell what it actually is. But it was as big as my hand, and anyway, I can always have a bit of fun with the cakes I've made. I've had a fire station that's on fire, a cake that said "shit, you're old" or something like that. Cakes that have had double themes because the child can't make up its mind what they want. And so it's like, okay, well, I can do that. Sure, I can do that. I don't usually say no to a challenge. I haven't met one yet that I haven't been able to do. So, yeah. So anyway, I haven't worked out how to flip my camera. So my kitchen's going to be backwards. But this is my little kitchen that I work out of. I've got my laptop set up on where I usually do my decorating. And that's where I bake my cakes. Okay. And all my goodies. This is my cup cupboard as well. So we've got paints and colours, cutters, fondant. There's more fondant behind there. Ingredients. More ingredients. My protein powder down the bottom because someday I'll actually get nutrition right. And then I've got a dresser over here, 2 drawers full of stuff, nozzles and bags, moulds, all sorts of tools, still heaps of things I want to get. I'd love an airbrush, an extruder, because making hair is really hard. It's not fun to make hair on a cake, and I have had to do it. I've got a spare mixer behind me. I've got heaps of cookbooks. I've even got some special actual cake books. So I went and splashed out one year on the Great New Zealand Birthday Cake Book. I am pretty sure that there is a New Zealand or Australian Women's Weekly cake book in here too, which so many Kiwis, no, it's not that one. It's not here. I should have prepared that earlier. I prepared some resources, not all, but yeah. Enchanted Cakes for Children, which was given by a friend. I've got some cake decorating stuff up here. I live my life in piles. Everything is in piles. So that's, I guess, the cake bit. My kids' birthdays are coming up soon, so I will be making cakes for them, which means that I'll be making icing and whatnot, so I will, gotta remember this still is dodgy, so I'll probably do a wee stream when I make some buttercream. My preference is Swiss meringue buttercream. It's a sugar and egg white base, then you add the butter and all the yummy stuff. I just find it smoother. I don't like American buttercream, it's too grainy. I hope you're not getting too bored yet. 15 minutes, so it's still not as long as the last one, so I appreciate the comments that I've had outside from friends that have watched and said that they enjoyed my stream. Lots of ums because I'm still nervous. I know I'll get over that. Gotta stop getting distracted by kittens, that's for sure, because they're excellent time wasters, those and children, excellent time wasters. Yeah, so my kids' cake's coming up. I'm making a cake for their joint birthday party, and I am also making a cake for my daughter to have at school. I asked if she was allowed, and they said yes, she is, as long as it doesn't have, you know, and they let me know, I let them know what the ingredients are. So, well, that's the other thing. Behind me on the wall, you might be able to see my recipes, so they're my go-tos. But I know my chocolate cake recipe off by heart. I am prone to leaving the vanilla out, so I've started to modify the way I do things to make sure the vanilla gets put in. I don't tend to leave anything else out, just the vanilla, thankfully. I have added extra ingredients. It has a cup of water in it, and I've put 2, or extra oil and things like that. Get a little bit distracted when I'm rushing, so learning not to rush, and yeah, self-taught from watching cake shows. Inspirations have been the Cake Boss a little bit, Buddy Blastro, Ace of Cake, Steph Goldman, the Cake Angels, Charlie's Cake Angels from South Africa, they've been pretty good. I've got some local people, actually, my younger sister's cousin, she was making cakes, and she made my wedding cake. It was a primo wedding cake, tasty, fantastic job. She made it exactly what I wanted. You know, I love to spread joy with my cakes, I guess, and make exactly what people want to get a smile on their face, you know. Who else? There is a local girl who I've been following since before I had children, and she has a business herself. She's an incredible cake maker, incredibly talented. Like, she has a business. I'm just literally strictly friends and family until I can work out how to be self-employed and make a living off cakes. But I do want to, and that is my goal. So, okay. And I still watch cake shows. I still watch a few cake shows. I don't actually prefer watching renovation shows. But I don't own my house. I only rent it, so I'm not allowed to do renovations here. Which is a shame, because there's lots that could be done to make it really cool. But it's a home, and it's a roof over our head, and the landlord's really lovely, so you can't ask for more than that. The other side that I wanted to talk about is what I literally call my other side, which is a bit spiritual, I guess. I do believe there is another side. I don't believe that our life is our only life. And that's been my belief system for quite a long time. My mum did AA, and she was believed in a higher power. I just believe in the universe. I've read The Secret. It's on my resources. Manifestation, law of karma, law of attraction. Basically putting good out into the world, and the more good you put out, the more you receive back, that kind of thing. That's what I love to do. Kindness, love. That's what the world needs more of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And that was a long time ago. So I do follow a few mediums and things. I have had some spiritual, I guess, encounters, which is what has strengthened my spirituality a little bit. Going right back to my mum. So, mum died, like I said, when I was 19. And that was a pretty horrible experience. I was at university in the capital city here, in Wellington. Not where I live now. And she had fallen, and I got a phone call in the morning of the day she died at 5 o'clock in the morning to say she'd gone down a hell of a night and we were going to lose her, which was not the phone call you want at 5 o'clock in the morning. And given that I lived in a university flat, nobody wants to hear their flatmate ugly crying at 5 o'clock in the morning. However, my wonderful flatmate at the time knew that the dairy was going to open at 6 o'clock, and she went and got me some smokes while I was talking to my family and getting flights booked and things down to mum. Anyway, got to mum half an hour before she passed. Flight a bit was late. Oh, honestly, it was just one of those, you're going to make it or you're not, and I just made it, and so that was great. I'm grateful that I made it. I got to hold her hand, I got to talk to her, I got to tell her I loved her, and I was standing at the end of her bed, and we thought she was going to get better, but unfortunately her stats all dropped, and pulmonary embolism is going to, it will just go, it will take you, and that's it. And so, and her liver shut down at the same time, as far as I'm aware. But anyway, I was standing at the end of her bed, and sort of, they take the last few breaths, and then they take one sort of last bowl expulsion, and you know that they're gone. Well, in between the last breaths and that big expulsion, I was just looking above her head, and I saw this white light, like white heat when you're driving down the road and you can see white heat coming off the road. It's just like, it's not even visible, but it is. And so that was what I saw coming out of my mum, basically, and went up through the hospital ceiling. It was gone. And that was sort of comforting and frightening at the same time, but it kind of helped me get through, given what we've done, given how my life was, and things, with mum, it was rough. Oi. It was rough losing her, but having that little goodbye, I guess it was, just made things easier. But it was still never going to be easy. It was still going to be a struggle to lose my mum at such a young age, not having had her my entire life, being raised by grandparents and aunties and uncles. Because I had one mum's brother and mum's sister, both older, were responsible for our care at times, and so was my dad and my stepmum. So but I got to live with my mum as a teenager. Oh, hey Sarge, you're in a banning spree. What has everybody done? You'll have to email me and let me know. Anyway, so after seeing that from mum, oh cool, okay, you know better than me, Sarge. Hey, you're awesome. Without Sarge, everybody, I would not be doing this. Like, I've had other influencers that maybe want to do it, but Sarge has helped me get set up. He answers my messages about, shit, what do I do? How do I do this? He's pretty good, so, yeah. Alright, so next spiritual experience I had with mum, because I don't really want to, keep you too long, but I want to get these bits out of the way. I was driving down to Christchurch to visit my best friend from high school, and I had recently got my full licence because we decided one of us needed to have a full. We both had a restricted, and one of us needed our full because we couldn't be taking two cars from where she lived into town and whatnot doing our things. It would be a lot of petrol for both of us, so I got my full licence. And I was driving down, sing along. I was listening to a Celine Dion song, which is about mum. And I was crying and crying, and I felt like, I'm not word of a lie, I felt stroking on my ponytail, and just coming like right Carrie, I think, I was coming around the corner, and you can, there's a shoulder so you can pull over, and so I pulled over and I jumped out of the car, and I went around the passenger side, and I opened the door, and I'm like, get out of my car. Would you get out of my car, Mum? I love you, but get out of my car. You are not being, this is not safe. I'm going to crash. So get out of my car. I was like, okay, that was fine. Shut the door. Think I shut her out. Not sure, either that or she was really quiet the rest of the way. And so that was like, oh, okay. Well, I've actually felt my mum, and then I could feel her around me a little bit more. As time went on, I knew she was there, kind of thing. I sort of feel her presence when I wasn't feeling too great. Most of the time I'd rail at her and tell her to piss off. I'm angry, I don't love you, I don't want you here, like, you couldn't be here in my life. Why are you bugging me when you're dead? Said some very not nice things to my mum, which I've been reprimanded for, well, yeah. I've been reprimanded before. Somebody told me that it's not nice to do that, and Mum gets upset. And I do believe they get upset when they see us upset from the other side. The next thing was I moved to Christchurch. Relationship breakup. Life not going in a direction that I really needed it to be going. Nothing bad, just drinking too much and been a bit of an obnoxious person, friend, and so I moved to Christchurch, and I met this lovely woman through my best friend and her husband's best friend. She was their neighbour, and I would spend time going to see her and things, or go to see them, and see her. And then they moved towns, and they said to me, look, you obviously have a good rapport with her, and you get along, and would you be able to just keep an eye on her, make sure that she's got meals, that she's looking after herself, and yep, okay, no worries, because she's a really cool woman. So I started doing that, and she became like a mum to me. It was very fast. That's just her. And I would see her pretty much every week. I'd drive from wherever I was to see her. I think it was about a 20-minute drive when I first was living Hornby when I first started going to see her. So Hornby to where she was about 20-25 minutes. And then when I moved further away, it was about 45 minutes. But some days I'd go after work and then go home. Because when you need your mum, this was the rapport we had. Anyway, it was my birthday in 2008, so it made me 26, my 26th birthday. And I went over to her place, and she said she'd put some savouries on for me, and she'd got me a little cake. It was quite nice, and we were chatting away, and she said, well, would you like me to do a medicine card reading and do your totem for you? Oh yeah, I'm interested in these because I'd seen them before. And she pulls out this, it's this leather stuff, I think it is, and it's the cuttings, and it's just crudely stitched together, but it's holding these medicine cards, and it's got this paint stitching. And I was looking at it funny. She did my reading, and she did my totem, and for the life of me can't remember what that was now. But the material in the stitching were bugging me. Like, I've seen them before. And then there was also, and with them was some cards, some purple and some blue and some pink card. And that was like, got me scratching my head. Like, no, now I've, like, the combination of it all, I've seen it. Where have I seen it? I'm going to call her Mama Sparrow, because that's what I call her, because I don't want to use her real name, obviously, online. So, Mama Sparrow, have you made these little bags that have a string and stitching around the outside, and they have little bells on them? And she says, yes, I have. And off she goes to her room. She gets them, brings it out to me. She goes like this, and hers was a black one. I said, yes, exactly like that. I said, I've got one made out of this material with this stitching and these cards inside. And my mum said she'd made it. when she was in one of her stints in a rehabilitation facility, because let's be real here, this isn't in real life chat, and my mum was an alcoholic. So here we go. These are all written on. I thought they were written on by Mum, but no, they were actually written on by Mama Sparrow. And the idea was that you pull out one of each colour of these cards, and that would be how your day was. So it's sort of like a tarot, but you know, you basically incorporate those words into your day. So we've got openness, simplicity, and love come up for me right now. And that was just, you know, something Mum gave me for comfort. And I always thought it was Mum's printing, but it turned out, no, like once I got to know Mama, it was Mama's handwriting. And it was Mama that had made them. And somehow she had been in another facility and had, I don't know whether she sold it or given this to Mum, and Mama sent it to me. And right in that moment I knew that, hey, this little bag, this tiny little bag with all these tiny little pieces of card in it, with this writing that, you know, can literally make you focus your day so much more positively, has come from this woman that I've just randomly met through friends of a friend, moving from one town to another. And, you know, I don't believe in coincidence, it's not random. My mum gave me this woman. My mum gave me Mama, so I didn't have to be without a mum. So that's our tie forever, is even when Mum is gone, because she's in her 70s now, this will always be one of the most spiritual pieces of evidence, I guess, that I'll ever have. Like, actual evidence. Because there's no way that I knew before the day that Bev did Mama did my medicine cards, you know, that she had made this. So, yeah. Why is my PC battery running low? Should be plugged in. It wasn't plugged in properly. Blame the user. See, that's another bit of evidence for me that life exists on the other side. And Mum brought me my Mama. The next Mum spiritual thing, morning of my best friend's hen's night, I'd gone to get a warrant 10 minutes down the road. It's pretty wicked intersections and some train tracks down there, so you've got to be pretty careful. And I'd gone in at 8 o'clock in the morning because I had to get things done to get ready for the hen's night. I wanted to get that warrant out of the way, that way I didn't have anything to worry about. So I got there, got the warrant done, get in the car, and I was contemplating, do I roll a cigarette or do I just go home and have one when I get home? So no, I really need to get home. I want to get home because I want to get over to my friend's place for coffee. I'll have a cigarette when I get home and then go to her place. So I got over the train tracks, which so many people have been killed on. I was turning down the road, come to an intersection near a prison there, and for some reason just sort of felt like I need to slow down. This is 100 k's, but I need to slow down because the sun was coming from, you know, the angle where someone might not be able to see me. A little dark pulsar car, so I might not be seen. I just had this, I need to slow down. And I did, and I saw this van approaching the intersection. And he sort of stopped, but it was a stop sign, but he didn't stop. He paused. He gave way, but he didn't stop. He obviously didn't see me coming because I was in the sunlight, and he kept going right out in front of me. I don't know what it was, but because I've never done defensive driving, I managed to get around behind him, not have any incoming traffic because I couldn't see, even though it was a straight road. Like, I can't remember if there was anything coming. I literally just had to get out of his path. Got out of his path onto my side of the road, onto the verge, pulled over. He had stopped because he'd seen my car pull over. He's like, oh my God, is everything okay? Got out, checked I was okay, gave me his details in case the brakes had been stuffed because I just had a warrant and, he, you know, if they were stuffed, he would replace it, blah, blah. Checked, was it really okay? Yeah, just get, like, right now I'm angry at you, piss off. I've got your details if I need them. He was a professional clown. It was his job and he was off to a party, so... So I got back in the car and I thought I'd roll my cigarette. and I'll have it while I'm driving now. I'm not waiting until I get home. So I rolled my cigarette, I turned the car on, and Phil Collins has a song, Mama, and the first bars began playing, and I just started crying, because I was like, how the hell did I get out of that? Like, I didn't see that coming. I don't see how I got out of that. That was my mum. So I got home, put my car away, I went round to my friend's place, and like, blah, this is what happened. They made sure they had the ENs, the caffeine, the nicotine, because I already had the adrenaline. So I got had a couple of cigarettes rolled for me, a big coffee given to me, and I was like, well, Mum saved me. Like, Mum totally explained to them that, like, yeah, Mum actually, yeah. So, and now sort of, I know when Mum's around, if I'm upset, she'll let me know she's here, comfort me. It's actually very comforting to know if you've got someone around you that you love. Even when I was younger than Mum, my grandfather died when I was 9. He was Mum's dad, and I don't feel like I'd lost him because I could always talk to him, and I don't know that I heard answers, but I always felt more comforted after talking, letting him, know what was going on. I was 9 when he died, and he was my best friend in the whole wide world. I was his bonny blue eyes, and I was his shadow, and yeah, I spent a lot of time with him growing up. A little bit more of an out there for me, or two out there for me, spiritual experiences were my grandma and my granddad, because I think I said in my last stream they were Christian. So the afterlife is very much, heaven and hell, not spirits. And I remember Grandma had heard me talking about Mum and seeing her spirit leave her body. And her mum had died, and she came to me and she's upset. I haven't had a sign from my mum. I don't know what to look for, I don't know. And I just said, well, anything can be a sign. It can be a white flower, a white feather, or any kind of feather. It could be a butterfly, it could be a song that you love. Because a Christian, it could be a hymn that keeps coming into your head. You'll get a sign, and you'll know. And Grandma sort of asked again, could I tell her about Mum? And I said, I did, and I was, I'm not scared. I don't think that it's evil. I'd been raised to believe that kind of thing's evil. I don't believe it's evil. And so Grandma and I had this good discussion, and Grandma did end up getting a sign from Great Grandma, which, made me happy, because Grandma got what she wanted. She knew her mum was there, and on the other side, she'd made it. And Grandma would have believed that she was with her God, so yep, Then fast forward to 2017 when my granddad died. Now, definitely not a spiritual person at all. Like, if he had known that about me, it definitely would not have been, he would have been the evil, And when he died, I was quite upset, but, I'd had a rocky relationship with my granddad, and I'd made my peace with him, I guess, before he left Nelson and went to live away. So the day of his funeral, I went to get some earrings that I have that are dangly and sparkly, and I wanted to look nice, compliment my black, they're diamantes, And couldn't find them. Could not find them. I literally had them the night before. Nowhere. Can't find them. So I was going through my jewellery boxes, and I had 2. And a pair of earrings that I hadn't had as a pair for a long time surfaced. And it turns out one had been in one box and one had been in the other, and I'd never looked in the other box when I was looking for one, or missed it or somehow. But anyway, these were like little pieces of mother of pearl, and they look like tiny little price stickers that you put on. I'm sure you know what I mean. But they were twisted a little bit, so. But Granddad would call them my price tags. And just that day, I found them both. That day. I had looked for them purposely on other days, wanting to wear my price tags, and couldn't find them. That day, Granddad found them for me. That would have been, maybe, okay, nah, that's not really a sign. You're just, you just lost the other ones and just happened to find them. But when I got home from the funeral, my ex-husband and I were folding washing. We got in the washing in. we're fighting washing, and I picked up my jeans that had been through the washing machine and on the washing line, hung up by the feet, and I turned them upside down to fold them, and my earrings fell out of the pocket onto the floor that I'd been looking for, the diamante ones that I really wanted to wear, and I couldn't find, that I had the night before, were on the floor. And I could just hear Granddad laughing. Like, he wanted me to wear those price tags. He was determined he needed to see them another time, and his funeral was the right time, the right place. So, you know, a little bit more belief there for me, because no way it was Granddad like that. Next one was my uncle. Call him Big Piglet, because that's what his nickname was. I was his little piglet. He was my Big Piglet. When he died, kids went to bed, and I broke down, because yeah, that one's still a bit recent. That one brings tears. Mum not so much, Grandma not so much, Granddad not so much. Nana, we'll get to her. Uncle, yeah. So anyway, I was broken down, a bit of a mess after my kids had gone to sleep, and I just felt this massive hug. His arms wrapped around me, and I just thought, oh, what? And I just knew it was Uncle Mark, my Uncle Piglet. And yeah, so that comforted me. Like, his passing was sudden. No one was expecting it, but sadly our family is prone to alcoholism. So that took Uncle Big Piglet. But he came and he hugged me goodbye. Grandma, I didn't say about the great day Grandma died. I jumped to Granddad after saying Grandma got her sign from Great Grandma. So Uncle Mark, yes, still feeling that, still very much feeling that, but the hug that I got from him was amazing. And whenever I feel someone around me, I can usually identify if it's Mum, if it's Nana, if it's Gargi, if it's Grandma, Granddad, Uncle Piglet. Gotta stop doing that. Gotta learn them online. Yeah, so Uncle Piglet, didn't expect that, so that was quite cute. Grandma, the day she died, she had been on life support and been up and down, didn't know whether she was going to live or not. She'd had cancer and been treated and gone into remission and more cancer, and finally got her lungs and things. So yeah, she ended up getting sick over the Christmas just before she died, and ended up in hospital, in ICU, on life support. Not doing well. I ended up coming up from where I was living to home, and then being sent back, and then coming back a few. Okay, night, Sarge, thanks. I won't be long anyway. Thanks heaps, mate. Have a good sleep. I hope you actually get some sleep tonight. So we got caught up here because the life support was being turned off, and you know we could come and say goodbye, and I just couldn't do it. I'd been to the hospital the time before, and I didn't want to watch my grandma die. I'd watched my mum die. I didn't want to watch grandma die. So I went to my favourite beach locally, and it was actually raining. It was drizzling with rain. I was sitting outside my car having a cigarette, reading my book, and decided this is where I want to be when grandma dies, when they turn the machines off. Someone will let me know. Sitting in the drizzle under a tree. Yeah, I hope not. We'll see. Yeah, well, I'm nearly done. Yeah, so waiting for grandma's machine to turn off. All of a sudden, sun just came through a patch in the sky and just seemed to be on me in my car. And I looked up. There's no rain. I just looked up. Goodbye, Grandma. I love you. And the clouds closed and it started drizzling again. I was like, okay, I'm going to get back in my car now. I'm going to getting a bit wet. And a couple of minutes later, I got a phone call. I saw a text message from my dad to say Grandma passed away 5 minutes ago. And I just texted him back, yep, I know. She came and said goodbye. So that again, you know, I don't think that's a coincidence. The exact same time that her machine was turned off, she made sure that I got to say goodbye with everyone else. So, yeah, my grandmothers were like mums to me. So, Nana died 2 years ago nearly. It was hard. That was very hard for me. She was my mother's mum, my maternal grandmother. And that's going to start the tears, so let's not go there. But on the night she died, I got woken up. Just randomly woke up, and I checked my phone, and there's a message from my auntie to say that she passed. And that, it's all over. It was done. And not long after that, my sister messaged me, and she'd literally just been woken up like that. And so her and I rang each other, and we had a good old talk and a good old cry, as sisters do. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Didn't matter if Nana had passed. That the only thing that mattered was supporting each other through what we were going through. And that was losing another mother. Because we'd already lost Mum, we'd lost Grandma. So losing Nana. She woke us up to connect us at that time. So we could have that private time, that time to grieve together, that time to say goodbye. After that, I went and listened to some music. And I was just getting into it. It was Nana and Gagi's music, some country music. They loved Roger Tips, Patsy Rigger, Suzanne Prentice. So I was just listening to some of that. And as I had my eyes closed, and I felt pressure on both sides and an arm around my shoulders. And then I just started moving to the song. And I don't know, the way the music was on the playlist, it was actually my wedding playlist, my wedding reception playlist, and I put all these songs on for Nan for her to listen to, because she left before the band, so we wanted something that was, I wanted her to have part of my wedding. And yeah, I felt them rocking me from side to side and holding me for quite a long time. And almost like they had their heads on my shoulders each side. It's Nana and Gagi. So yeah, I'm a huge believer in lots of things spiritual. I do believe in karma. I do believe in the law of attraction. I do believe in manifestation. I do believe in what you put out, you get back. I do believe in treating people the way you want to be treated. And if you're not going to treat people the way that you want to be treated, as in kindly, then just, yeah. There's no point in being anything but real in this life, and so that's what you get with me. I'm going to be real. So I hope I haven't bored you. I've done 47 minutes. I'm quite proud of myself. Thanks, Sarge, for all your banning. And yes, I will do that. Hopefully Flesh will be all good with me adding him to my mods list. When I can remember how to do it. I'm still learning. I really want to get a laptop up and going. That's got a camera, so I don't have to hold my phone. I'm getting a sore arm, so probably under an hour is good. This is a good outlet, and it's cool to have some way to talk. Thank you to everyone who has viewed tonight. Thank you to everyone who will view after. I found I had lots more viewers after. I now have 6 followers. Woo! Thank you so much. It's not about the followers, it's about getting out there and talking. I'm intending to do a walk up to my grandparents', where my grandparents had a farm, either on Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Tuesday. And so once I get up the hill and get my heart rate down a bit, I will likely, hey, thanks Flash, that's awesome. I will likely, once I get up the hill, give you a view of what I used to look at when I lived with them and stayed with them, and a little bit of the farm, how big the farm was, because it was huge, and hopefully in that time I can work out how to turn my phone around so that I don't actually have to turn myself around to show you things behind me and trip over the stool. So thank you for watching, thank you for following, thank you for taking an interest. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Let's keep this journey going, because I'm really looking forward to to seeing just how much fun I can have. So thanks guys, have a great night, have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you Tuesday or so, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on either Thursday or Friday, talk about my week, catch up with things. And I didn't even do my proper catch up today, but I've spent way too much money on my kids at Kmart, and they needed shoes and socks and underwear, so you've got to do the things you've got to do. Go settle these kittens because they still being little rascals. Have a great night. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening to my babble. Thanks again for your support of a little streamer in little old New Zealand. Have a great one.